Hello and welcome to Deep Dive for another week. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to check out our website www.deepdiveau.net or check out our socials Deep Dive AU on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
This is the Deep Dive Podcast. And here is your host, Michael Coles.
On this episode of the Deep Dive, I'd like to explain to you my journey of neurodivergence and the inspiration behind this show. I'm an autistic male that lives at home with my wife and two children who are 6 and 2 respectively. I've been diagnosed 3 times with PDD-NOS when I was 3, then Asperger's syndrome when I was 35, and then autism spectrum disorder when I was 42. Only recently I've been diagnosed with mild expressive language disorder and mild to moderate receptive language disorder. This means sometimes I can't find the exact words or tell the story in the wrong way. I find it hard to communicate with people around me. I struggle to understand what people mean when they say things to me and if they are being genuine or not. I cannot read their intentions, and reading the non-verbal communication, as they don't notice when they're using different facial expressions that don't match what they're saying. When I'm given instructions or information about something, I find it hard to absorb information if it's not given to me in explicit detail. This has not only impacted my employment, but also social interactions with people. When I'm stressed and dysregulated, I have a breakdown in verbal communication. There has been many times in appointments when I've been rushed and that I've not been able to use my verbal communication to express my needs. When this happens, I shut down. I cannot talk and move my body in some cases. My daughter's autistic as well, so that presents more challenges in communicating. My wife does help me to communicate with others when I'm unable to do so, or when others do not understand what I'm trying to communicate. I'm currently accessing psychology, speech therapy, and occupational therapy to find a way around my challenges and to try to make life easier for myself and my family. In November last year, I had a major autistic burnout from months of stress placed on myself from work and life stress and having to mask for a very long time. I've had to resign from work, but I'm trying to look for work at the moment, but there are challenges with brain function that I have to overcome. I have multiple meltdowns and shutdowns over the last few years, which at various times I've needed to be hospitalized. I've been inspired by YouTube creators such as Orion Kelly, that autistic guy, Woodshed Theory, Mum on the Spectrum, Neurodivergence, I'm Autistic Now What? And now I want to make my own type of podcast by interviewing various guests that inspires me through social media and other guests that want to be heard. Not just neurodivergent, by interviewing them on their passions. So that this podcast is focused on dealing with one subject that they nominate. So by asking questions and trying to learn more about them, you can come along on this journey with me. There are a few guests coming up, but I would really like to know your story. So just go to our website, www.deepdiveau.net, and click the Be a Guest tab and book in for an interview with me. It would be a good idea to share a bio too when you book, so email that when you can at admin@deepdiveau.net. We'll see you next time.